Today we're going to make a Romare Bearden portrait. So we're using the ideas of collage that Romare Bearden used, and we're going to make our own portrait. So a portrait is a picture of a person, and we're just going to do their head. And we're going to make it in parts. So instead of putting everything on one sheet of paper, we're going to do multiple sheets of paper. So I'm going to start with a head shape. That's just going to be my head. We're not putting anything on here yet. Off to the side, I'm going to make some of the parts I need. I need some eyes. So I'll make 2 eyes. I'll make some lips. So for the lips, let's see. I'm going to make a U shape and then curve down, then I'll go across, and then I'll go make a U at the bottom. That's one way to make lips. I'm going to make a nose. So I'm going to go down and flare out and go up, down, come back up again. So there's nostril, middle of the nose, nostril, and then come back up like that. And I'll make some ears. Let's make some skinny letter C's, long and skinny. And on the other part of my paper, I'll make some hair. All right, once you get everything drawn, I'll write your name on here. So I'll write my name. I want you to paint all the parts. So we need to make some skin colors. So there's lots of different skin colors. I'm going to make a bunch of different ones. If I want to do very light skin, I can take some red and just use lots of water. And that'll give me kind of a pinky, peachy colored skin. If I want to go more like a peach color, you can use the top of your paint set as a mixing tray. That's what it's actually made for. And I want to mix up some kind of a peach color. So I'm going to mix my yellow and a little orange and lots of water. Because I don't want it to look orange, I want it to be more peachy. You know, I'm going to grab a little red in there and see what that does. There we go, that's a little better. So there's my peachy color. And you can see, you can hardly see it on the paper, and that's okay. It'll give it a little bit of a tint. See, the newspaper isn't actually white. It's kind of a, well, they call this newsprint, but it's actually a little grayish, kind of a warm gray color. And if that's not enough, you can add a little more color to that. But what I want to do, and let's see. And if you want to do brown skin, you can just use some brown and a little bit of red to that. That's too much red. There. So I want to fill this whole thing in. So I'm going to do some brown skin. So that's just plain brown. Here's with a little bit of red. And I want to paint in this whole circle or oval. Now, Romare Bearden didn't use quite this technique. He cut up photographs. And actually, I don't know if he took the photographs or if he just cut them out of magazines. Most collage artists find photographs in magazines and then they cut them up. So it's hard to say where his photographs came from. I'm sure somebody somewhere knows exactly where his photos came from, but I'm not that person. Almost done. I'm not going to add the red to the rest of it just so I can speed it up a little for you. Alright, that part's done. Now my lips, I'm going to go with red just to give them some nice contrast. when I attach them. My nose, I want to go a little lighter, so I'm going to start with the red, but I don't want to keep it red. I'll add a little brown to it, but I definitely don't want it to be exactly the same color as my face, so that when I put it on, it stands out a little bit. My eyes, I'll go with some brown eyes. This is the only part of the eye that has color in it. You can also, if you want to go around and add your eyelids, that's a good idea. And then a little black right in the middle. Dot, dot. It's wet, so it's spreading around. I want them to stay about the same size. Oh, and my ears. I'll just make those simple. Alright, now I have all my face parts except for my hair. So on another sheet of paper, I want to paint some hair. And so I'm just going to make lots of black and brown pieces that I can attach to the head later on. So I'm just going to make a lot of black and brown. So I want to have dark brown hair. This doesn't have to look like your hairdo, and it's actually better if it doesn't, because if it looks exactly like how you want your hairdo to look, you have to line it up. I don't want to cut this into pieces, so it's not going to be that hard. Also, when you pick a side to paint on, don't pick a side with color on it. So like that side is not good, but the other side probably has printing on it. If you don't have a plain side, then just don't use it. This side's okay. It's got a little too much black printing right there, but I think it'll work with what I'm doing. You'll also notice that when you're painting, the paint goes right through the paper. And that's okay. If it gets on the table, we can just wipe it off with our towels. Alright, another thing I want to talk about real quick is when you use watercolors. First of all, it's watercolors. You need to use water with your paint. That's how it works. You always need to clean your brush in between colors. So I always kind of pound it in the bottom. Don't do this. It splatters all over and gets on everybody's stuff. You can scrape it or you can wipe it on the towel, but don't smack it. Alright, now I am ready to assemble. So let's see. I'm going to try this. I don't know if I can do it because it's wet. Usually, we're going to let it dry, but I want to jump ahead to show you how it gets finished. I'll give it a shot. So, you need glue, and you need scissors, and your imagination, and you're going to put this face together. Alright, I need a sheet of paper. Here we go. We're going to mount everything on a blank sheet of paper. So I'll start by cutting out the head, because that has to go on first. Well, it's cutting all right. Usually it's hard to cut wet stuff. It's easy to rip it, but cutting it is different. Alright, it's cutting okay. It's actually cutting very nicely. So there's my face. I need to get some glue on the back. Always glue, whatever you're gluing down, you put the glue on. Don't put glue here and then stick this on. It's too hard to line it up. I want to get glue right around the edge. And I'll just put an X through the whole middle. You don't have to go crazy. Alright, looking more like a head already. I think I want to put my eyes on next. When you put your eyes on, they should be in the middle of your head. So I'm going to I'll make that the bottom of my face. I want to put my eyes right about here, right in the middle. So I'll cut them out. First thing I'm doing is rough cutting them. I want to get a chunk so I don't have to hold the whole paper while I'm cutting. So there, I just have that little piece. And I'm going to cut. I'll get one and then the other. Alright, there's one eye. Oh, now my picture's looking at you. Here's my other eye. It's coming. There we go. 1, 2. Right in the middle. I'll put some, get my glue down. I'll put one there. And I want them to be about 1 eye space apart, as much as I can. So I'll move these off to the sides. One there. So halfway between the top and the bottom, and 1 eye apart. I don't want them real close together. I don't want them too far apart, but I made them pretty big, so they're going to be they have to be a little bit apart. Alright, I got to find my other parts. I'll do my ears next. Rough cut it, chop. So I'm going to split this paper right away. So here's my rough ears. While I'm at it, I'll rough cut my nose and my mouth. There's my mouth, my ears. It looks like it looks like an elf ear. I still have to cut it out though. It's not going to stay like that. It's kind of funny though. All right, almost done. That one's going to go right next to the eye, right about there. Alright, Dr. Spock, I'll give your ears back. Dr. Spock was a character on a TV show called Star Trek, and he was oh, I can't think what he was from a planet where everyone had ears like that. A Vulcan? I think that's right. Don't Star Trek shame me. I'm not a huge Star Trek watcher, so I don't know everybody's deal. Alright, I want to get it right on the head, not apart from the head. Alright, starting to look like a person. I'll put the nose on first because I want the lips to get kind of like messed up. So I'm just ending the nose there. Now really your eyebrows, oh, I should have made eyebrows. Well, it's not too late. Or we can draw them on. Kind of like when people pluck their eyebrows all the way out and then they draw eyebrows on. That is what we'll do. Nose. Alright, I'll get the lips. I'm going to leave this loose and my lips loose until I get everything there, and then I can kind of check it out, make sure it's in a good place before I glue it down. Alright. I'm going to turn it upside down so I can see it right my way. Alright. Alright, that's looking pretty cool. Glue. Boop, boop. Just put a little bit of glue down the middle and on each nostril. Stick it. Put some glue on those lips. Want to line the U up with the bottom of your nose. Alright, now I glued those down. Now I'm ready for hair. I suppose I could cut the eyebrows out of my hair paper. Let me just kind of loosely cut this shape out. Now I didn't draw any sort of hairstyle. I could actually cut the hairstyle I want. If you're doing someone with long hair, you're going to have to make sure you paint lots of hair. So that would be a hat, kind of. I suppose that could be a hairstyle. I want to make some eyebrows first, so I'm just going to cut a skinny strip of my painted paper. And I'm going to cut that into pieces to make eyebrows. That should be enough right there. Cut that in half, so I'm just going to fold it in half, cut, and then I want to shape it like an eyebrow. Eyebrows are actually kind of like shaped like a tornado. So my friend Roman here at Bose, he likes to draw pictures of tornadoes. They look like that sometimes. There we go. So your eyebrows actually should, there's like a kind of a faint line where they kind of go right into the bridge of your nose there. So I'm gonna get some glue. Let's see, they're pretty wet still. Oh, too low. There. I want about a finger space between my eye and my eyebrow. Get back. Alright, now I'm ready for my hair. Let's see. I'm gonna cut a kind of a football shape. You could just cut up lots of little pieces and just stick them down. I'm gonna give this guy, I'll start with that. I'm going to glue that on right away. If I have enough hair. I want to do it like that, so it's like a part. I'll make another piece here. This time I'm going to set it on, and I'm going to take my crayon here and draw a little line there. Glue. Alright, that guy's looking pretty good. Actually, I think he has enough hair. I could give him a mustache or something, but I think I'm going to use this to make kind of a neck, since I have some extra paper. And your neck should line up with your eyes. It's going to be a little small. Cut it there, and I'll cut that right to the edge. I'll slip it under there. This time I'm going to put it here, the glue here, because the paper is bigger than the place where I'm gluing it. Alright, I'll cut that, trim that off the edge. And let's see, what do I have left? I can make a little, should give him some shoulders. Let's see what I got. Can I make a shoulder out of that piece? Sure. What about that one? Cut. There. Very cool. Oh, I got a little bit of paper, a little bit left from when I cut his eyebrows. I'm going to make a... Now, this doesn't have to be anybody you know. So I'm going to give this person some kind of mustache, I think. And then I'll cut that in half. Boom. Let's see. I don't know if he has enough room for a mustache. It's kind of his space between his lips and his nose are just a little close together. All right, let me see how that looks. Hey, that doesn't look too bad. I think I'll do it. So it looked like a little kid, now it's going to look like a man. Just by adding a mustache. I don't know if Romare Bearden was thinking of anybody in particular when he was making his pictures, as far as people, when he would do people out on the street, that kind of thing. I mean, sometimes he would think of somebody that was historically famous and put them in his paintings, but I don't know about the street scenes that he did, where he'd have lots of people out on the street. All right. Oh, I didn't glue his shoulders on. All right, I'll glue his shoulders on, get my name on there, put it in the drying rack, and I'll call it done. All right, I hope you had fun making your collage portrait today. I'm excited to see how these turn out.